You know, looking at these files, the math regarding Jeffrey Epstein simply does not add up.
It really doesn't.
We're talking about a guy with what? No college degree, no political office, and yet he ends up supposedly pulling the strings of the most powerful people on earth.
It's the ultimate paradox.
Yeah.
And that's really the core mystery we need to get into in this deep dive. Was he just a predator who got lucky with money?
Or, as this stack of sources suggests, was he actually a construct, a pawn funded by global intelligence agencies?
That's the theory we're going to test.
Okay, so that's the mission today. We're going to trace his timeline, date by date, and see if this was really a calculated blackmail empire.
Right, you have to look at the dates to see the pattern.
Hmm.
So let's start at the very beginning. Jeffrey Epstein is born February 20, 1953. Regular middle-class family.
Nothing special there. But then you jump to 1974, Epstein's a college dropout. And he somehow lands a job teaching at the Dalton School. I mean, that's one of the most elite prep schools in Manhattan.
You just don't walk into a job like that.
Yeah.
But the sources, they point out a key insight here. He wasn't there to teach kids math.
He was there to study their parents.
Exactly. It was his boot camp. He learned early that real power isn't about having your own money. It's about finding the weaknesses of the people who do.
And he found a very big target. Between 1980 and 1989, he becomes the primary financial advisor to Leslie Wexner, the billionaire behind Victoria's Secret.
And this is where the seed capital comes from. I mean, Epstein has zero financial background, none. Yet Wexner gives him power of attorney, millions in funding, a mansion.
It defies all business logic.
Unless you see it as leverage. That funding let him establish J. Epstein & Co. in 1988 and then buy that infamous Boeing 727.
The Lolita Express. So now he has the transportation. Next, he needs the venue. He buys Little St. James Island.
For almost $8 million.
Right.
And if you look at the accounts in these documents, this wasn't a vacation home. It was infrastructure. It was a honey trap.
A trap in what way?
Surveillance. The sources describe the entire island as being wired. Hidden cameras in bedrooms, bathrooms, everywhere.
So no police, no public, just a constant record of what was happening.
The allegation is that the goal was to record powerful people, presidents, royals, you name it, in compromising situations with minors.
Oh, okay, but he couldn't have set all that up alone. That's a global espionage network.
And that's where Ghislaine Maxwell comes in. Her family background is critical here. Her father, Robert Maxwell, was a media tycoon who died mysteriously in 1991.
And he was also an alleged super spy, right? Working for Mossad.
That's what the sources claim.
Yep.
And the theory is that Ghislaine and Epstein weren't freelancers. They were assets, working with agencies like Mossad or the CIA.
To gather blackmail material.
Ultimate leverage, using sex trafficking to control governments.
It sounds like a spy novel until you look at how the justice system handled him. In 2006, a 14-year-old girl reports him to the police. They find over 40 victims.
Any other person would be gone for life. But on June 30, 2008, Epstein signs that infamous non-prosecution agreement.
He serves just 13 months, and most of that is work release.
Right. The sources argue this wasn't a mistake. It was a protection deal designed to make sure he never had to name his powerful clients in a courtroom.
And that deal held for a decade. Until 2017, the Me Too movement and the cultural climate just changed.
The protection he had started to wear thin. The pressure builds, and he's arrested again on July 6, 2019. And then, just over a month later, August 10, 2019, he's found dead in a high-security cell.
Ruled a suicide.
Officially. But the sources, they're not buying it. The security cameras were supposedly malfunctioning. The guards were missing.
And the autopsy found broken bones in his neck more consistent with strangulation.
The narrative in these files is clear. This was a cleanup operation to protect the elite.
So Epstein is gone, but the leverage he collected, that's still out there.
That's the most chilling part. The black book, the tapes, the files. They didn't die with him. If this was an intelligence op, that data still exists somewhere. The machine is likely still running.
Which makes you think about who might be holding that hard drive right now.
And it leaves you with a final, really uncomfortable question. If the global balance of power relies on secrets and blackmail to function, is the truth actually too dangerous to ever be revealed?